Hello, Brian. How are you doing? How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing good, Dimitri. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind today?
Well, I've been turned on. Well, I shouldn't say turned on, but I've been brought to your show because, well, maybe my wife will be turned on, but
Fair. I don't want to do that to you, sir. Go right ahead.
but first of all, I want to say they should have hung Mike Pence.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Why would you make a statement like that?
Because I've been pre-programmed to listening to Trump.
Okay, hold on. Are you being serious or are you joking?
Well,
This is not a
well,
joking topic. Hold on a second, sir. With all due respect, I don't know if you're joking or not. I don't know you. When people make a statement like hang Mike Pence, that's a serious thing.
well,
That's a
I
threat.
should have said no, sir. I don't mean that by any means. I don't have a violent bone in my body.
So
Never
why
been
would you say
violent
that
or
then? So
anything.
why would you say that then?
Well, I was just repeating talking points that have been.
Okay, well, let's not repeat talking points. Are you a MAGA supporter,
Yes,
sir?
sir.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me why. Let's not do talking points. I want to hear from you. I want to get your
Yes,
opinion,
sir.
and I appreciate you calling in. Are you happy with where
Yes.
the economy is right now? I mean, do you think things are going well?
Oh, you had to start with that, of course.
Well,
Well,
of course I'm going to start with that. It's kind of important, don't you think? People are losing their jobs across the country. The Dow has plummeted, stock market has plummeted. People are suffering, right? I think that's a fair question to ask, is it not?
it is,
Okay, go
and
ahead.
no, I'm not.
Okay, I appreciate your honesty. What about his behavior? I'm trying to figure out why you voted for him to begin with. What was it about Donald Trump that you said I can't vote for Kamala Harris?
Okay, I'm trying. Okay, why?
Yes, sir.
Because all the United States presidents have been men, and they are.
All the United States presidents have been men, and that's the first thing you bring up as to why you voted for Donald Trump because he's a man, because he has a penis?
Well, I didn't actually think of it like that,
Well,
but
you're saying he's a man, and clearly that's important to you. And you're basically saying that if you're a woman, I will not vote for you because of what is between your legs. That is what you're saying, sir. Are you saying women aren't capable or can't possibly lead a country because they're a woman? Is that what you're saying? Help me understand, sir. If I'm wrong, please tell me. The first thing you
well,
said as to why you voted for Donald Trump was not a policy, it was because he's a man. I find that
okay,
very
so
interesting.
I'll put it to you like this,
Okay.
right? I bring home the paycheck, and I allocate a certain amount to my wife to do what she needs to do around the
Okay.
house,
That's your
but the rest
situation.
of it,
That's your situation.
correct.
Not every family has. In fact, there are plenty of women that bring home the dough. So that's your situation. That would you so are you I don't understand. What does that have to do with it?
Well, because in the history of the United States, the men have brought home the bacon.
Is that going on right now? So because in the history of the United States at one point black people were able to be owned, does that give you a reason not to vote for a black man?
No,
Okay,
I would
okay.
never agree to
Oh,
that.
okay, so don't talk to me about the past. I don't care what happened right now in this conversation 60 or 70 years ago. We're talking about 2025. And quite frankly, sir, with respect, I don't care who brings home the bacon in your family because there's plenty of women out there that make a lot more money than I make and probably a lot more money than you make. So that is irrelevant. Tell me why you didn't vote for Kamala Harris, and don't tell me because she's a woman, because with respect, sir, that's a misogynist statement, and quite frankly, you should be better than that. So give me some real reasons why you. I find it very troubling that that's the first thing you brought up, man. But I'll ask you again. Give me some real, if you can, legitimate reasons why you didn't vote for Kamala.
Um, okay. I've been here multi generations, three, four generations, and or my family's always provided, always
You're
built
going.
businesses.
You started the
Well,
conversation with talking points, openly admitted that, and you're doing it again. Stop talking about the past. Kamala Harris was the attorney general. Kamala Harris was a senator. She was the vice president. So I don't need to hear about how successful you are. Give me something about Kamala Harris and the reason why you didn't vote for her, and then give me a Donald Trump policy that you like. And don't say it's because he's a man, sir. Come on, you could do better than that. At least I hope you can. Go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
Thank you, Brian. Well, and unfortunately, I'm going to bring up an old talking point. Kamala slept her way to the top.
No, she didn't. Why would you say she slept her way to the top?
I mean, that was a running news cycle.
That was running. No. Just because some right-wing idiots make statements like that you just made doesn't make it true. Give me specific reasons why you say she slept her way to the top.
I couldn't.
You couldn't. So why would you say something so stupid then? Why would you say something like that? The guy who you voted for has been with so many women out there. By the way, 25 women have accused him of assault, liable abuse. He's a liable sexual abuser. He has 5 kids with 3 different women. He's never been honorable to one woman. He had unprotected sex with a porn star 2 weeks after Barron was born, yet you want to make an unsubstantiated claim that she slept her way to the top, and even you admit that you can't prove it and you don't know. You heard it on some news cycles. Sir, give me a break. Is this a serious call?
If I may add one last point.
Yeah, if you could make one that makes sense, I would appreciate it.
It's like that 70s skit from Saturday Night Live. We're 2 wild and crazy guys. Guys rule the world.
Okay, so you're just going to call in and be a misogynist, right? Is that what you're going to do? Is this the way you talk to your wife? Is this the way you live your life? Why don't you just admit you're a misogynist? Because now I'm at the point. Now I'm at the point where I believe you are just a misogynist bigot. I've given you multiple opportunities to come up. Can you name me one Trump policy you like? Name me one. Forget about your hatred towards women for a moment, because you're probably a 65-year-old virgin. Name me one thing that you like under Donald Trump, an actual policy. Can you do that, sir? Can your brain allow you to do that?
Actually, no.
So you called into this show. You can't name one Trump policy you like. I asked you why you voted for Donald Trump. You say because he's a man, and then you claim Kamala slept her way to the top. Unsubstantiated. You can't come up with any evidence, self-admittingly, to admit that. You brag about how you bring all the money in your By the way, I don't believe you now. You probably don't. You're probably on unemployment. You probably are jobless, and you probably live off your wife. That's what I'm starting to believe here, sir. How can I take this phone call seriously? You sound like you're an ignoramus, and quite frankly, you sound like you've treated women. Either women have treated you horribly because you're a douchebag, which I'm thinking that probably is true, or you're a guy that women pay no attention to for obvious reasons. I don't know. I mean, I guess women have good taste in men, clearly, because I don't think you've probably ever been with a woman before. But with that off to the side, sir, I'm going to give you one more opportunity because I'm in a good mood today. I really am. You might be putting me in a bad mood, but I'm in a good mood today. Can you name me?
Apologize.
Well, listen, don't apologize to me. Apologize to all the women for being so stupid and making misogynist comments. Okay. If you have some policy disagreements of Kamala, I'm open ears, fair conversation. I might not agree with you, but that's okay. We can have that conversation. But when you call into a radio show and you make such absurd statements like that, here's what I'm going to do for you, sir. Okay. I'm going to give you a gift. Would you like a gift, sir?
I don't believe I need one.
No, I think you do. So Darlene is a regular caller to this show. She happens to be a woman and an intelligent woman, and she has something she would like to say to you, sir. If you go ahead, Darlene, you're on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I've just been waiting. Sir, you are complete jackass. Do you hear me? And I tell you what, if you'd ever been brought up with a woman like me, your mouth wouldn't be like that. You are a complete idiot.
Sir, would you like to respond to that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Brian, and yes, Miss Darlene.
Go ahead.
I was actually just saying, I'm a Democrat full and through, and I was raised by my mom. I love you guys.
Okay, I don't believe you.
Oh my God!
I don't believe you, sir. I really don't believe him. He's not
actually.
No,
Talk
I
about a
don't. Get rid of him.
pussy.
Get rid of him. I don't believe him. Here's what I think happened, Darlene. I think he got caught. He said a lot of stupid things. And then when he realized he couldn't defend his misogyny, because if he made those statements on a Republican show or a right-wing echo chamber show, they would have nodded their head. Yep, you're right, sir. Yep, you're right. Sean Hannity, Mark Levin.
You're
But that's
right.
not me. I won't do that. So then when we pointed out his misogyny and you gave it to him, he gave up. And he said, guys, I'm really a Democrat. I'm really on your side. No, let me tell you something. If you were on my side, you wouldn't be talking like that about Kamala Harris. If you were on my side, you wouldn't be making jokes about Kamala sleeping her way to the top. If you were on my side, you wouldn't be saying the things you were saying on this show. He got caught.